Very, very blessed. In my life, I've received the highs of highs and the lows of lows. And I'm very, very thankful to God for every experience that I've had, whether it's been good or bad or indifferent. It's all made me the man I am today. I've had such a marvellous career that I'm really, really thankful for. I've worked very hard, but it's all been God's plan. Everything that's happened has been God's plan. Even today, to come back at 37 years old.
You see him in like an interview and he's all irate. That's fight mode, and all of the Furies, they all have fight mode. It's serious and it's intense.
It's God's plan and God's will, and we will see where it takes us, no problem. My last 2 fights, I didn't get the result I was after. Alexander got the results over me. Fair play to him and his team and everybody around it. You know, it's life lessons. In this life, you don't always get what you want. You don't always get what you think you want and think you did enough to get. However, that's where it stays. You don't hear me crying and moaning about, oh my God, he cheated. At the time, I was very, very hurt by that. And I was thinking, what's gone on here? Like, how has this happened to me, God? And I realised that everything's God's plan and God's timing. And I'm just so thankful and so blessed to be in this position and on the verge of a massive return in 2000.
No, I think he's past his best. I'm a no-filter kind of guy. I love my son, but there's too many people patting him on the back and telling him he's Tarzan when he's not Tarzan. He's been gone Tyson since the Deontay Wilder fights. It's finished Wilder completely. Done him. He's not got a leg underneath him. Enough respect to say, you know what? My dad could be right.
Is that repairable, John,
Yeah.
that relationship?
I don't know.
Bless! There's no fighting. No fighting, Huey. No fighting, James. And no fighting, Jay. And most of all,
Tyson, I think, used his dad to keep him involved and as a infiltrator, you know, someone that can shout and scream and cause a bit of chaos and unrest, you know. And I think like he doesn't need that in this fight, so he might make a U-turn.
Bollocks, the lot of it. Same squad, same bullshit.
You're not a part of this training camp, are you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I said, if you have him, that sugar, I'm no filter. I said, I'm gone.
But what is it about Sugar?
He's
Is
no
it
good.
Tactically, technically?
He's useless. Everybody's been in the corner. He got beat. He's been gone Tyson since the Deontay Wilder fights. It's finished Wilder completely. It's took a lot away from Tyson. Magmadov. This is a problem. I'm the first one to say it, because all them out there, they don't pay enough attention to detail, Spencer.
It's a high-risk fight for him, this, isn't it?
It's not what I'd have done. Look at Usyk. Usyk's saying, I'm 39-year-old. On an easy time. He's picked.
Tyson Fury just dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming. The Gypsy King is publicly declaring war on his own father, John Fury, saying he's treating him like an enemy instead of his son. This isn't some minor family disagreement or media drama blown out of proportion. This is a complete nuclear fallout between a heavyweight champion and the man who built his entire career from the ground up. And here's what's absolutely wild about this whole situation. Tyson isn't holding back anymore. He's done playing nice, done pretending everything's okay behind closed doors. The relationship has completely collapsed, and now we're watching one of boxing's most legendary father-son partnerships implode in real time.
I'm getting well paid for Rico, keeping my name out there. It's an easy fight. Even if Tyson wins this, it's 12 rounds.
But here's where this gets even more insane. Tyson Fury isn't just angry about this family breakdown, he's using it as fuel for what could be the most dangerous comeback we've ever seen. Listen to this. The man admits he was deeply hurt and confused by his father's actions, questioning everything about their relationship. But instead of letting it destroy him, instead of spiraling into depression or retirement, Fury flips the script completely. He's calling it God's plan, channeling all that pain and betrayal into laser-sharp focus for a massive 2026 comeback. This is a fighter who's been through mental health battles, retirement announcements, and career-defining losses. And now he's taking the ultimate betrayal from his own father and turning it into motivation to dominate the heavyweight division again.
But he's saying that Tyson isn't himself anymore. And I tend to agree with John Fury. He's certainly not at his best anymore. I mean, how could he be after everything he's been through and stuff like that? So I tend to agree with that, right? But he was saying words to the effect of that the Wilder trilogies.
Now get this, John Fury isn't backing down either. The man is absolutely firing shots at his own son, reminding everyone that he built Tyson's entire career from scratch. He's talking about feeling disrespected, questioning whether their broken relationship can ever be fixed, and you can hear the raw emotion in every word. This isn't just some publicity stunt or manufactured drama for the cameras. John Fury is genuinely hurt and angry, and he's not afraid to air out their dirty laundry in public. The tension behind the scenes has been building for months, maybe years, and now it's exploding into full view. What's crazy is that John Fury sees his son making decisions that go against everything he taught him, working with people he doesn't trust, and it's eating him alive.
You can't show your father respect when it's needed. Keep going. I don't need you. I don't need him and his millions. I need nothing off him. I wish him well, but he's put those people before me, his blood father. That's hurt me like you wouldn't believe. So, they can jog on.
Here's what nobody else is talking about, though. Shane McGuigan dropped some serious insight into Tyson's strategy, and it changes everything we thought we knew about this situation. According to him, Tyson used to strategically use his father to create chaos and drama around his fights. John Fury would show up, cause scenes, get into confrontations, and it would all build hype and attention. But now, Tyson doesn't need that anymore. He's evolved past needing manufactured drama because his focus is purely on what happens inside the ring. This shows us a completely different version of Fury, someone who's smarter, more disciplined, and more calculated than we've ever seen. He's channeling all that intensity into his training instead of letting it spill out into public spectacles.
I've people around me, never have and I never will, because I'm a psychopath. I can't have 1 million people around me because it doesn't work. I just have the same old people I've always knew, that's it. I'm not interested in making new friends, I'm not interested in what the next man's got, I'm not interested in what the next door neighbour's doing, don't care. Keep me...
And listen to this part, John Fury is going scorched earth on Tyson's entire team. He's calling coaches useless, questioning training tactics, and basically saying his son is surrounded by yes men who don't know what they're doing. This is a man who guided Tyson through his amateur career, through his rise to heavyweight champion, through the Deontay Wilder trilogy. And now he's watching from the outside, seeing decisions being made that he fundamentally disagrees with. The depth of disagreement here goes way beyond just family drama. This is about boxing philosophy, training methods, and the direction of Tyson's career. But here's the kicker. Despite all this chaos swirling around him, Tyson remains completely locked in on his training camp and comeback plans.
You repair them in private, not in the public domain. John, on the times that I've met John, I found him to be engaging and charming. But there's other times when I've seen him, whether it's an act, or curated or whatever, it's boorish, it's unpalatable, it's unpleasant. When you headbutt Ukrainians in front of Saudi royalty and behave yourself in a way that's not particularly appetizing, you get judged by it. So with due respect to the fact it's a scoop for these guys, I'm not hugely interested in John Fury's.
Now here's where some people are starting to doubt Fury, and it's creating even more drama. Liam Goh agrees with John Fury's assessment, suggesting that Tyson might not be at his absolute peak anymore. Age, time away from the ring, family stress, it's all adding up. But hold up. You can't ignore the experience and ring IQ that Fury has accumulated over his career. This isn't just about physical preparation anymore. This is about mental warfare, and Tyson's ability to overcome personal drama while preparing for a huge comeback makes him more dangerous than ever. He's unpredictable in the best possible way for someone planning a return to heavyweight boxing.
The thing is there's nothing more left in life for these boxers. When these great boxers what's completed the game and they've got everything, what else can Tyson do? There's only so much yachts and sailing, and there's only so much flying on holidays, and there's only so much fucking whatever a normal person thinks is good you can do.
But wait, it gets even more personal. John Fury laid it all bare in a recent interview, stating that he needs absolutely nothing from Tyson or anyone else in his camp. The frustration is raw, it's emotional, and it's completely unfiltered. This is a father who feels abandoned by his son, who built a champion from nothing and now feels like he's been tossed aside. The rift runs so deep that John is basically saying he's done trying to repair it. But here's what's fascinating. This level of tension and personal drama might actually be sharpening Fury's focus even more. Throughout his career, he's performed best when he has something to prove or when people doubt him.
Yeah. Well, whether he can take him or not, he shouldn't be taking him, and he knows that. But when he's on his A game and he boxes, he can box. He ticks all the boxes, trust me, and he's exciting as well. And he does the right thing with this level of opposition because he's walking through them.
And get this, Tyson Fury is making it crystal clear that he only trusts a very tight circle now. He's rejecting distractions, cutting out unnecessary drama, and basically isolating himself to stay mentally and physically ready for what's coming. This disciplined approach is something we haven't seen from Fury before. Usually he thrives on chaos and controversy, but now he's channeling all that energy into pure preparation. His focus is laser sharp, and he's proving that even with family chaos exploding around him, his mind is completely locked in for this 2026 comeback. This makes him a dangerous and potentially unstoppable heavyweight force.
Weight division changing everything. Magwadov's capable of doing that. He's a big, strong man, as you can see. Tyson's an elite boxer, but what's he got left? I don't know. Because you'll only know when you get in that ring, and then it's too late. You know, let's just see. Tyson's not a stupid man. He knows.
Here's what's really interesting, though. Simon Jordan jumped into this debate and absolutely destroyed John Fury for publicizing private family issues. He stressed that real reconciliation happens behind closed doors, not in front of cameras and microphones. And you know what? Despite all the media drama, despite his father's public criticisms, Tyson Fury remains completely focused on his training and comeback preparation. He's not responding to every comment, not getting dragged into social media wars. This shows a level of maturity and mental strength that proves Fury can separate personal chaos from professional goals. When he steps into that ring, he'll be completely focused and ready to dominate.
Mahmoud is made for him. It's the perfect fight for him. Got the height, looks the part, he's strong. I think Tyson's hands will be too fast. I think Tyson, his feet are the thing what I want to see. I want to see how his feet have deteriorated, because it happens to everybody. So I just want to see what version of Tyson we get. He's out in Thailand training. So he's got to make sure he trains right. No cutting corners at this stage in your life. 37 years old. There's a lot of young lions knocking at the door, watching you. You're in a meal ticket, they're planning for you already. And I think Tyson's very...
But here's the deeper motivation that most people are missing. Shane Fury explained something crucial about fighters like Tyson. At a certain point, wealth and luxury completely lose their appeal. When you've made hundreds of millions, when you've bought everything you ever wanted, the real challenge becomes proving yourself inside the ring one more time. This comeback isn't about money or fame anymore. It's about legacy, about proving he still belongs at the very top of heavyweight boxing. Fans can expect a fighter driven by pure passion and purpose, someone who's hungry to prove he's still the best heavyweight on the planet.
I'm not seeing what John said, but obviously I suppose he's in a position where he knows his son, he probably knows the best version of him, and he's probably looking at him now and just feels that it isn't. I think all questions will be answered on the 11th of April, won't they? And we'll see what he's done.
And listen to what Peter Fury said about Tyson's complete skill set. When he's in top form, he ticks every single box you want in a heavyweight champion. His ability to read opponents, control distance, dictate pace, it makes him both exciting and incredibly dangerous. Despite all the personal drama, despite the doubts people are raising, Tyson's fundamental technique and mental sharpness remain completely intact. We're talking about precise, calculated performances that can end fights in spectacular fashion. His combination of skill, experience, and newfound determination ensures he remains a dominant and thrilling force in heavyweight boxing.
You know, obviously Fury's got his own fans and people that think that he is a legend and one thing and another. Well, that's all well and good, but you've got to look at his resume. It doesn't stack up. Not to the great fighters. It doesn't stack up.
Good. I think that mentally he's in a good place. Physically, he looked good as well. He's been working well out in Thailand, and I sort of agree with Paulie. I think that he's a massive addition to the heavyweight scene. He has been over the last 10 years, and I think it's good to have him back. You know, we need the characters. Are the legs still?
Tyson's looking in magnificent shape. Best I've seen him in, to be quite honest, for a long time, and more importantly, mentally he's in a good place. And this is a big fight. He's in with a very, very experienced fighter who's a big man, big puncher. I think he's got a 90% knockout ratio. He's knocked out 17 of his opponents in the first round. So you know he can whack, and he's not fazed about fighting over here. He fought recently over here and beat Dave Allen. And this is quite a big.
Tyson Fury, Magwadov. Good little fight. Tyson's nice and relaxed. He's coming back. Again, after retiring, he's back out of retirement. We kind of knew it was going to happen. He seems in a good place. He seems quite happy. He's not out of shape. He's in his usual shape, which isn't great shape in terms of physicalities to look at. He's not good on the optics, but you know he's in shape because he's not 28 stone. He's probably looking about 18 and a half stone-ish, and he's in the gym. I don't think he ever really came out of the gym. He said he's been training twice a day since an.
Tyson Fury has been out of the ring for well over a year now. By the time he gets back in the ring on April the 11th, he will have been out of the ring for well over a year. You're probably talking close to 15, 16 months. It's a long time, especially for someone who is more of a mover, more a boxer. It's not like a pressure fighter who can just